Hi, it's Neil Sean here on Your Entertainment News with a multi-talented man sat next to me. It is the one and only Mr. Bob Golding, who tells us all about his fantastic stage show, Morecambe. Remember though, Bob?
Yes, if you miss it, you miss out. You see?
Don't miss Bob today on Your Entertainment News. Thank you. Careful. Bob, lovely to see you.
Hello, Neil.
You're gearing up for yet another tour.
Yes.
Of your wonderful stage show, Morecambe. Tell us all about it.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say it was mine, but there's a couple of geniuses involved in it other than me. Not that I'm a genius by any stretch of the imagination, although sometimes on a Friday night. No, Tim Whitnell, the writer of the piece, I believe you know of him in the past. He's a fantastic guy, and he's one of these blokes that is so talented. Everything he puts his mind to is brilliant. I hate him and love him for it in the same measures. But he came up with this script. Guy and I, Guy Masterson, had put our heads together about possibly doing a one-man play about something at the Edinburgh Festival. He's kind of the solo maestro, they call him, the king of one-man shows, if you like, having done Under Milk Wood, Animal Farm, several others for many, many years. So Guy and I knew we wanted to do something, and it was what to do. So we sat down with Anna Murphy, the producer, and Tim and Guy, and we knew that Eric Morecambe was a possibility. People have often said to me in my life that you look like Eric. You know, you've got something about you, maybe a couple of mannerisms. Obviously, I'm much younger than Eric was when he came to his early death in '84 at 58. And our intention really was only to go to Edinburgh to do the festival.
Wow.
To do 4 weeks at the festival. I mean, I'd never done a one-man play before, so for me, it was the big thing was, wow, I'm doing a one-man play, not necessarily playing my hero. That all came much later. But once we got to Edinburgh, the stakes were higher, and obviously there's a lot of celebrity people around and a lot of people waiting with daggers, perhaps, in the wings to see if we were going to do Eric justice. So for all of us, I think it was quite a nerve-wracking time. But thankfully, and I hugely have to point to Tim, the writer, on this, that it's such a sensitive piece in that it champions Eric and Ernie as much, but also kind of reminds us how much we miss him, and there won't be that kind of gel, that chemistry on screen again like that. I mean, there'll be other double acts, there'll be other comedy, which is brilliant, but they were unique, you know, and quite right. So we wanted to pay homage, say thank you, and celebrate what they'd done. And once we got to Edinburgh, we didn't know what the kind of reaction we were going to get. So to come off and suddenly get 5-star reviews, win a Fringe First in such a, you know, a well-respected part of the industry, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, was unbelievable. And it was then that we all sat down and said, well, maybe we should do it a bit longer then. I mean, our intentions were to do 10 little dates afterwards just to recoup the losses of Edinburgh, because no one tends to make money in Edinburgh. You just kind of try to wipe your own nose and carry on with it. And so that's what we did. But in the middle of that came, you know, the prospect of possibly a West End run, which we had done in last Christmas for 6 weeks, and then this tour, this huge tour, and I've just finished a 200-date tour up to this point, and my dad, bless him, worked out that I'd driven 12,000 miles in that time.
What I love about the play is that, you know, you touch about his mother and the driving force that his mother was, and I think it's beautifully written as well in the way that it incorporates Ernie, because Ernie was as vital as Eric. You know, it was just a gel that they were so well together. But I think that his mother, you kind of wonder. Sadie, to me, didn't come across as a showbiz mother. She just kind of came across as somebody who didn't want him to be lost.
Yes. She saw a spark in him.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have asked us, you know, was Sadie a pushy showbiz mum? She certainly wasn't that from any of the books that you read about it. If you speak to, you know, the family, she certainly wasn't that at all. If anything, she was just a very wise lady who saw this wonderful spark in Eric that, I mean, at 3 or 4 years old, he was entertaining builders on a building site, you know, just for a penny or whatever. And she saw that and thought, well, hang on a minute, you're not going to be a ruffian and run off behind my back all the time like he was always doing. We're going to put you on stage. We're going to teach you dancing. And I don't think Eric was forced into. I don't think he felt, oh God, do I have to do this? He just thought, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, and he was a good son in that respect.
So now your tour starts when and how long are you going for?
Right, we are going from September the 7th. We're starting Cardiff, and it's basically 8 weeks of full week-long runs around the country. So we do Cardiff, this is a good one now, it's going to test me now, not necessarily in the right order, but we're doing Cardiff, we're doing Richmond, Windsor, Winchester, Cambridge, Manchester, Malvern, and there's another one that I've completely forgotten. Oh, but I'm sure we can find out. But yeah, it's 6 weeks on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off, and then the last week again. So it takes us all the way up to the end of November.
And do you know what you want to do after this is finished, or have you thought about, you know, I mean, I could see this as a great BBC4 drama to me. I think you'd be right for that.
I think there is something in the pipeline as far as a tribute, or not a tribute, the storytelling of Eric and Ernie's early career. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be part of that because I think Victoria Wood's involved actually. She's playing Sadie. Yeah. I think that the story is the very early days of Eric and Ernie up to their 20s, and I'm 40 in a few days' time, so I'm a bit too old. But I think we've talked about possibly making it a radio piece, and there may be legs for it to go on again after that. But for the time being, I think as an actor, I'd quite like to say thank you, Eric, and move on to Horizons New, you know.
Hi, it's Neil Sean here on your entertainment news with the wonderful Mr. Bob Golding, who tells us all about his fantastic stage show, Morecambe. Remember though, Bob?
Yes, yes. If you miss out, no. What is it? If you miss it. Let's do that again, shall we? It's very good, this.
3.